Speaking of busy, they're busy at the White House. Today is day 2 of their 3-day summit on violent extremism. They're not calling it what it is, Islamic extremism, because, well, the White House doesn't want to do that. Now, Eric Holder was at the National Press Club down in Washington yesterday, and he was asked, hey, Mr. Attorney General, why is it this administration doesn't call it Islamic extremists? Because they are Islamic extremism. And this is what he said, and then he revealed who's really bugging him. And the answer is Fox.
We spend more time talking about what do you call it, as opposed to what do you do about it, you know? I mean, really, if Fox didn't talk about this, they'd have nothing else to talk about, it would seem to me. You know, radical Islam, Islamic extremism, I'm not sure an awful lot is gained by saying that. The terminology has, seems to me, little or no impact on what ultimately we have to do.
You've got to be kidding me right there. You have 21 Coptic Christians beheaded on a shoreline. You have 45 people burned alive. And this is on the heels of a Jordanian pilot being burned alive via video that we've all had to see, that gruesome attack there, on humanity alone. Yet Fox is the problem?
Peshmerga fighters being paraded in cages in the Kirkuk area. But here's what I don't understand. He's the chief law enforcement officer. If you're looking at fundamental crime, you have to ask what is prompting that crime. If you're looking at gangs and you say, well, just put them in prison, you got to look at why people are going into gangs. Why are they actually killing people? What is their objective? How do you stop it if you can't name it? Reverend Franklin Graham weighed in.
This is something that the White House doesn't understand. This is a religious aspect to this, that they just don't accept, and they refuse, even to this day, will not accept it and don't believe it. We have to understand who we're dealing with, and you have to deal with it accordingly. And the president is ignoring the fact that these are Islamic extremists, these are terrorists, and ISIS is a terrorist organization, and they are bent on destroying the West.
And that's the key. They want to kill us, and yet the Attorney General, the Chief Law Enforcement Officer for the United States of America, is bugged by the fact that Fox brings up the accurate point. They are Islamic extremists. Let's call it Islamic extremism. Sorry. Obviously, this administration talks tougher about Fox News than they do about ISIS, which... that's sad.
We'll see if the president today, who's set to speak at that summit at 4 p.m., ends up getting more specific about Islamic extremism.
Well, think about what's happening right now in the Al Anbar province, right by the base, which has 300+ Marines. Yeah. This city is being solidified firmly in ISIS hands, and they're going in there, taking control, and killing anything left of the Iraqi security forces or anybody they believe could be a threat to them. While our guys sit in that base wondering, we took these guys out before. When exactly are we going to have the opportunity to take them out again? How many more people have to die? How many more people have to be recruited?
So let's talk strategy. One man is doing just that. The man who killed Osama bin Laden, Rob O'Neill, Navy SEAL, had this to say.
The 3 pillars of our military strategy is forward defense, deterrence, and alliance solidarity. And right now, the solidarity with our allies would be to go defend them. Right now, you've got people being burned in al-Baghdadi right outside of Al-Assad Air Base. They helped us in 2007 during the awakening when we needed Sunni help to destroy al-Qaeda in Iraq, which is pretty much who ISIS is now. Now they're asking us for help, and we're not doing it right now. We need to get troops, boots on the ground in there with our allies, our true allies, to defeat them where they are. We need to meet force with force at the point of origin, and we need to control the duration and intensify it.
Yeah, he's not the only one who says that. We just had Chris Paranta, who is one of the Benghazi contractors on this program, and he said, look, it's one thing to have Jordan and Egypt flying over and dropping bombs too, but we need American boots on the ground.
Real-time intel.
Sure. There's another story that apparently ISIS is planning on. Remember, those people who were beheaded along the beach, they were in the country of Libya. There's a story out this morning in the European press that says that apparently Libya is going to use ISIS is going to use Libya as a gateway to Europe. They're going to try to flood as many militants across northern Africa, a short ride across the Mediterranean. There they are, right there in Europe.
By the way, what was our plan after Gaddafi was ousted? Has anybody seen a plan what to do? It is now the Wild West there.